What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Alright, people. Alright, this video is going to be about players nowadays getting away with rule violations and things of that nature. Because like I say, I was watching the game between the Rockets and the Warriors, and Draymond did what he did, but I don't think Draymond even got called for a foul. But I mean, that's beside the point. I mean, it is what it is with that. The point is that Draymond been doing a lot of funny, questionable stuff for a long time, and in these last 3 to 4 years, he's been getting away with stuff that have guys tossed out the game. And I mean, some people don't want to acknowledge the missed calls and stuff like that. I mean, the bottom line with a lot of this stuff is a lot of people see what they want to see. They don't want to, if they don't want to, feed into the whole theory that NBA might be manipulated and things of that nature. That's, but I'm watching these games with my eyes open. So, I mean, I'm seeing this is like Giannis. As the years have gone by, he's starting to rely on that armbar that LeBron gets away with, and he does the same thing, and he's got more like demonstrative with it. Like he feels like if he's going to the hole, he should be able to find a way to get around you or do whatever he wants to do. That means pushing, all kind of offensive fouls. And that takes away, because that's putting him in a mindset where, I'm not finna do I'm not finna do a basketball play. I'm just finna do a play to try to get me a call. Chewing gum a little bit. I'm gonna be smacking in y'all ears. But yeah, man, it's a lot of like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now they call him a free throw merchant and all that. I've watched him. He plays a mid-range game. So with that being said, since he plays a mid-range game, he's close around the paint, so he's gonna get a lot of calls. I mean, I hadn't broken him down as far as his game to say yes or no, but I don't think so. I think he keeps the ball alive a lot, and he's kind of like he's either going to score or find a way to get his teammate involved. That's the way I see him. So I mean, I don't know, but it's a couple of other they get away with it all the time. Like LeBron, of course, gets away, and the whole Lakers team gets away with fouling guys and offensive fouling. I mean, the stuff that they get away with is wild. And then it's just been like that in the last few years. If you down with LeBron, then you're going to get the same type of calls. And that goes into, like the other players, like Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt be doing a lot of questionable stuff. I'm going to keep it clean. does a lot of questionable stuff. But I mean, at the same time, after this whole run is over with, LeBron, well, Luka like him too, so. And that's the ironic thing about Luka being on the Lakers. Now you got double the call begging, complaints, all the underhanded stuff they do, both of them. And it's allowed. I can understand you giving star players calls and privileges and all that. I can understand it's always been like that. After the first three-peat when Jordan retired and he came back, Jordan was getting calls that, you know, like you could if you touched him in some cases, you were gonna get a call. Jordan was gonna go to the foul line or whatever. And you know, sometimes it got out of hand. I mean, sometimes it got a little bit too much, but for the most part, he earned it. Like Magic. Now, Magic sometimes, that's one thing I didn't like about Magic when I was a kid. When he'd be going to the hole, he'll be throwing his hands up if he didn't get fouled, if he thought he was going, like he used to do that, especially the end part of his career, which that's when I started watching, so I used to hate that. Like, oh! Oh! Magic, man. But who else I was watching? I'm like, they getting Jalen Brunson. Now look, Jalen Brunson, man, is really good. But he think he Charles Barkley or something. Cause he be playing bully ball. And that's, you know, hey, that's cool. But at the same time, you can't have your 5'10", because Jalen Brunson is under 5 feet. You ain't gonna tell me nothing else. Might be 6 feet, maybe. But Jalen Brunson be getting away with a lot of garbage, man. He be getting away with a lot of garbage. I'm trying to see who else. I mean, but the thing is that, I mean, the traveling thing is a given now because, you know, like, they don't allow carrying for over 10 years, ever since Iverson. 20 years now. They've been letting carrying get away for a long time. And traveling too. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I wonder if the NBA is thinking, like, look, if we start calling the players, we'll adjust. It's like the playoffs now. Playoffs are way more physical than the regular season. And that's cool. And you know, like, I be listening to the broadcast. So on a couple of broadcasts now during the playoff game, you done heard 90 playoffs are back. 90 playoff style is back. What's Van Gundy? Stan Van Gundy said that tonight. And the other night when it was who was it? Oh well, Colin Cowherd said, you know, like, you know, the Denver Nuggets and the Clippers game is like old school basketball. If people are saying this, and some of them, you know, like a couple of them are older, especially Van Gundy, he's older, Cowherd is older, but like the guy that said it in the Denver and the Clippers game, he was kind of like 30-something, 30, maybe 30, 40, which is kind of, you know, but still, like, if this stuff wasn't something to be had, you know, something to watch, then people wouldn't be saying it. And I, you know, like, honestly, it's not about going back to what it was. It's just sticking to the rules. Like, that's deteriorating the game, letting these blatant calls go past, and it's not doing the player any good because in the case of Draymond Green, if Draymond Green was reeled in by the referees then I don't think he'd be doing some of the extra stuff he's doing. And that led to Jimmy Butler getting hurt tonight because he pushed that guy underneath the basket like he always do. And then Jimmy Butler happened to be going up and then got upended. And that's how that happened. But I mean, I was thinking about making a video about all the Draymond Green thing, but I'll say that until the morning when I get off. But these referees aren't doing these players any good in the long run because they cutting corners. And when you start cutting corners, and the person that's getting the benefit of the cut corners, they keep going through and they think, well, this is where it's gonna be. I'm gonna constantly get away with what I'm doing. So that's about, I could mention a couple other players if I really sat up and thought about it. Because, I mean, they just letting these guys get away with stuff, and it's not benefiting them in the long run. That might be benefiting them for the game. But, that's where, like, the sports betting and fantasy leagues, basketball and football, is where it's taking the game. Again, to reiterate, I do not bet. I do not play fantasy, any of that. I watch it just for the sport of it. Now, I have bet on a game or two. But I mean, like, that was like personal best. I hadn't did anything like, major. Anyway. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting to about the game. The Golden State and the Houston game was a pretty good game, although Houston was blowing them out before I left the house. See how they do when I get to work. But that Jimmy Butler injury is gonna be it's bad for the Golden State Warriors because they don't really have too much else. Draymond Green can shoot all his backpack threes he won't, but he's not going to help Curry like that. Now, he'll help him get him the ball. But he ain't going to help him with the offense like that. That's my thoughts on this situation in the NBA right now. Players getting away with calls. And I'll get back at you later.